Hi, I'm Cindy from Part-Time Permies, and today we're going to talk about 3 items that is really easy to forage with kids in the fall, and some tips and techniques on how to keep your child safe while foraging. It's still in your mouth. What was it?
A rose hip.
Now, if you're going to take your child out foraging, you really should make sure that number one, you really know what you're out looking for, and you know your plants or mushrooms 100%. You don't want to be unsure if you're having your child eat something. If you need to learn more and to feel comfortable with that, then my suggestion is, yeah, videos are great, books are great to learn, but if you do have someone local who leads foraging tours or who knows a little bit of foraging in your area, that is the ideal scenario, because they're going to know which plants are easy to recognize, how to recognize them, and which ones you really need to avoid. Number 2, you really should require your child to check with you before they start eating anything from any plants. Oh, you found heart plant?
Yeah, can I eat it?
So that is one thing I am teaching my daughter, is before she eats anything, she has to ask if she can eat it. You want to make sure that your child is identifying what we call in our house the yucky berries and things like that, which they should not be eating, or the itchy plant. What do you call this one?
Yucky berries.
Yucky berries. Good. You don't have to know details on this. They need to know which things they should absolutely avoid. What goes in this category are either things I'm not sure are edible or things I know are not edible. So anything I'm not sure about gets called yucky plant, or poison ivy we call the itchy plant. If you're a follower of our shorts videos, you will see me bringing my daughter out foraging for a variety of things throughout the seasons. In the fall in Michigan right now, there are a couple berries that are available, and there's one green that she especially enjoys. The first thing that we go foraging for that is high on the favorites list for this time of year is autumn olives. Around the time she turned 2, we started teaching her about autumn olives. She knows this plant, and actually she can point it out almost better than we can because of her angle at looking at these leaves of this plant. She will point out the autumn olive bushes even if there's no berries on it.
Orange.
How can you tell they're autumn olives? What did the leaves have?
Silver.
Silver. Good job. Is the underside of these leaves on autumn olives are silver. So she can see those from her angle very easily, and they're probably the only leaf that is showing up silver around.
Right on here.
Right on there. So the silver leafed plant with the little red berries that have little speckles on them are autumn olives, and she loves that berry. Do you see any autumn olives on the bush?
Uh-huh.
Can you reach them? Another berry that we like to go foraging for this time of year and into the winter a bit are rose hips. And there are some rose hips. That was a good eye, girl. You found those, didn't you?
Yeah, I did.
And rose hips are pretty easy to identify because most of our thorny bushes in our area here have edible fruit on them. But rose hips, wild rose hips, invasive species, but we like to eat it for tea, right? But roses are the only ones that produce fruit in the fall for us. Yeah, the ones that are really dark red.
Okay.
The light red ones aren't ready yet. We have multiflora rose all over our property, and they produce these tiny little rose hips in the fall that are quite sweet when they ripen up. Are you picking them or eating them?
Eat it.
Okay. The third plant that my daughter loves to snack on is what she calls the heart plant. It's yellow wood sorrel. What are those?
Hot.
Hearts? They're called wood sorrel. You like eating those, don't you?
Yeah.
Wood sorrel.
Cereal.
Wood sorrel.
Cereal.
Not cereal. And this plant is a tart plant to eat. You can point out which plant it is?
This is.
This one, huh? Yes, my daughter will keep asking, oh, there's a heart plant. Can I have some? Which she loves because of the shape, and she loves tart things. This girl will eat lemons. Sour?
Yeah. Yeah, it's like fruit.
Of those 3, The wood sorrel and the autumn olives are both fairly tart plants. Autumn olives are a little tannic in the back note of it. And then rose hips are pretty sweet and kind of taste like how roses smell. All three of these plants are pretty darn easy to identify. I've included some shorts clips from our foraging together this fall. Please take a look at the playlist I've linked here, and I'll put it at the end of the video and down in the description below. This is a playlist on the 2-year-old on the homestead and includes a lot of things that you can include your toddlers in, whether it's foraging or raising your chickens or gardening. So I hope you enjoyed this video. We will see you with the next one.